Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am Coach Lilia Labonte. I am a narcissistic abuse recovery coach for men, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 outrageous lies, accusations, allegations that you're going to face when you're divorcing your narcissistic wife. And I know that most of you don't want to believe you that this is going to happen, but believe me, it will. If she hasn't started lying and accusing you of things yet, it's because she still hasn't connected the dots that this is truly over, okay? And once she does, there's going to be so much shame that's going to be activated. And that shame is immediately going to trigger anger, to trigger rage. And then she's going to try to completely destroy you because in her head, she's going to believe that you deserve it. How dare you leave me? I'm going to ruin your life. That's how these people think. And understand that a real narcissist, I know we throw the term around a lot, but a real narcissist has no emotional empathy and they have no remorse. So no matter what she does to you, even if she locks you away in prison, even if she pushes you to a point where you do something to yourself, she's not going to feel guilt. She's not going to feel remorse. They just don't feel these things, okay? Now, if this information is helpful to you, remember you can always schedule a one-on-one session with me. The link is in my bio. And of course, subscribe to my channel and like the video if, once again, this is something that's helpful to you. Now, let's go ahead and dive into it. What are the most common accusations that you're going to face? Number one, of course, is going to be domestic abuse. Now, you may have heard this in the marriage where maybe she even threatens you, like, oh, what if I call the cops right now? Who do you think they're going to believe? She might bruise herself up on purpose. I've actually had this happen to more than one client, and take pictures of the bruises, maybe send the pictures to your friends or family. When the cops arrive, who do you think they're going to believe? Even if there's no evidence, they usually take one person away, and it's the guy. And after you spent a night in jail, believe me, the reputation gets ruined very quickly, and then it's really difficult, if not impossible, to recover from that. So please protect yourself, and I will discuss how to face these allegations and how to protect yourself in a little bit here, okay? Number two accusation is going to be, of course, about being a neglectful and abusive parent if you have kids involved. Well, I've had lies as terrible as where my clients were accused of being molesters to their own kids. Understand that these are probably the most serious accusations. And you may not even think that this person is capable of this, because if this is a mother of your children and you've been together for years, again, you may not even believe that she could drop to that level, but it happens more often than you think. And it's very, very dangerous because, again, when you get the legal system involved here and these kind of accusations are said about you, how difficult is it for them to actually think that this woman could be lying? You understand that? So please protect yourself. Have security cameras, have audio recordings. If she threatens you, make sure that all of that is in place, because this is probably one of the worst kind of accusations that you might face. Number three, of course, she's going to accuse you of being a drug addict, an alcohol abuser, right? Because, again, so much shame is involved here, right? Why is my husband leaving me? So it would be very easy to say, oh, John, he's had such a drug problem for so long, and he drinks all the time, and then he gets so abusive when he's drunk, he's dragged me out of bed, he's beat me up, blah. Oh, yeah, I've heard this more than once, more than twice, more than I would like to hear, okay? So this will happen, and you need to already feel into this accusation, because believe me, there's going to be friends that you're going to lose, family members that you're going to lose, because they will believe her, because this woman is going to be an actress on demand. Number four, obviously she's going to accuse you of infidelity. Why wouldn't she, right? The worst is that some of my clients did have a slip up because maybe they've been withheld love and affection and sex for years, and maybe they had an emotional connection with somebody, and then they're beating themselves up for years and years because they think that they cheated, that kind of stuff. But understand that even if you've done absolutely nothing, you're still going to get accused of it. And even if you're not getting a divorce, this accusation has probably been thrown around, because typically a narcissist is going to be a pathological cheater, but not always, remember that, but a lot of the time. And once they start accusing you of cheating, they're probably already cheating on you, and it's just projection. Next one here, of course, they're going to accuse you of financial abuse. Okay, what is financial abuse? It could be anything from tax evasion, it could be anything from being really neglectful with the finances, making terrible spending habits. Obviously, you can prove all of this because you will have your statements, because there is documentation that you can actually provide. But it doesn't matter, because there's still going to be people that will believe her, period. Feel into all of this, and now let's go ahead and talk about what can you do to counter this and to actually save your face. Number one is you document everything, right? You always document. You document all the interactions. You have voice recordings of the threats, video recordings, especially if she's been physically abusive to you. Also, if there's any sort of past instances where she made false accusations against you, and if you have documentation of that, that is always helpful in court, okay? Number two, if you have witnesses, witnesses are always good. Friends, family, counselors, anybody that can actually vouch for you and protect you and save your credibility. Number three, you cannot get your emotions involved here, okay? Because I know that this person can trigger you just like that, and then all the primal trauma gets activated and you start to spin out, but you really need to learn to breathe into everything. You have to be like in a state of meditation when you're talking with this person, when you're in the same room with them. For example, like in court, if she says something, you cannot start reacting, you cannot start to get angry, because imagine how that's going to make you look. And that's exactly what she's going to want. She's going to want to lie and cry and get you to get angry, to react, to start yelling. And then you're going to look like an abusive, crazy husband, and you don't want that to happen. So breathe into everything and always remind yourself that you're dealing with a mental person, okay? This is a mental disorder. This is a personality disorder. This is a mental child that is trapped inside of a grown-up's body. That is what you're dealing with. So always just hold yourself together, take a breath, and ask yourself, am I really about to argue and try to prove myself to this person? It's a child. It's a really angry, really vindictive child, but it's a child. So always bring yourself back to that, and this may help you with your emotions. Number four, I mentioned this in all of my videos. You need to hire a pit bull of an attorney, because understand that hiring somebody that has really good values but thinks that this is going to be amicable, because a normal person cannot wrap their brain around the kind of lies that a narcissist can make up. They don't understand that somebody could actually accuse the father of being a child molester. Right? But it happens all the time. So when these kind of accusations are made, I've had cases where the lawyer, especially a female lawyer, will actually start believing the woman. And then my client will call me and say, I feel like she's not on my side. I feel like she believes her. So you need to move on very, very quickly from a lawyer like that. Do not waste your time. Do not pay a retainer to somebody that you cannot fully trust, that doesn't have your best interests, okay? So make sure you're hiring somebody who has experience in high conflict divorce, especially with a narcissist, period. Number five, it's really nice to get ahead of the accusations. So let's say that you are being threatened. She's saying that she's going to call the cops on you. So you go to your local police department and you say, hey, I'm really concerned. My wife has been threatening me, saying that she's going to get me in trouble, saying that she's going to accuse me of this and this and this, and that no one's going to believe you. Because when it comes to the day when she does make those false accusations, you had your first foot in the door. So it's going to be, so her case is going to be much less believable. Understand that. Save your face. It's not about being the bad guy. It's about actually protecting yourself. What are you going to do when you're going to end up in jail or with an ankle monitor like one of my clients? Do you think he saw it coming from a woman he was with for over a decade and they have a child together? No, the woman called the cops on him, period. He's with an ankle monitor to this day. So don't put yourself in that position, because once again, it is so common. And at the end of the day, when the cops arrive, nobody believes the guy. Number six, you can always get court-ordered evaluations by professionals, especially when there's kids involved. So make sure you keep that in mind. Number seven, if you have children involved, understand that you need to keep documentation of how their behavior might be changing. Okay, so any signs of parental alienation, any signs of hostility, rejection, and remember that you can always order the custody evaluation by professionals. So keep that in mind. Number eight, I want to remind you that you need to limit the interactions with her and anyone in her circle, okay? So you really have no need to communicate with her one-on-one. Everything should be going through a third party. You have your attorney. I hope you have your attorney by now. Make sure that everything is going through them. There's no need for you guys to text, to call, to email, nothing. Okay, you owe her nothing. And like I said, please make sure that you're limiting, if not avoiding altogether, any interactions with people that she's close to simply limit all the misinformation that's going to be spread about you. Number nine, please go silent on your social media, no matter how much you want to start talking about how sad you are. I understand that this is an emotional time, but understand that anything that you're posting is going to be used against you, so just go silent. If not, deactivate your accounts for now, for a while, until all of this blows over. Number 10, I want you to understand that you need to have a good support system. So friends, family, colleagues, anyone that can help you get through this. And most importantly, get yourself in therapy, okay? Because this is going to be hard. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family through this. You're going to lose people that you didn't think you were going to lose, because understand, people will believe her. And when they do, instead of trying to prove your truth, understand that if people are filtering out of your life, then so be it. Acceptance is everything here. This is going to be very challenging because you're ripping this off like a band-aid. You have no freaking idea who this person is and how low they're going to drop, because you have probably never been here before. This is new ground. Because even if you tried leaving her in the past, you're still with her, right? So you have no idea how she's going to react when it finally clicks in her head that this is over. As much as you want to believe that this is not going to happen, these accusations are very, very likely going to happen. So please prepare yourself, okay? You can always schedule the one-on-one session with me. The link is in my bio. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I want to remind you, you're not alone in this situation. I literally work with hundreds of clients that are all going through the same thing, and we need to speak up about this more. Now, no matter what happens, I want you to really feel into the worst possible outcome and understand that it doesn't matter, because there is no plan B. You're ripping this off like a band-aid. There's no going back. The other option would be to simply stay in this loveless, abusive marriage for the rest of your life. And that is not the way that, I don't think your mom and your dad gave you life so that you could get abused by this one woman. You know what I mean? So feel into it. Acceptance is everything. Life will only give you as much as you can handle. You will come out of the situation fostering gratitude for the smallest things in your life, like waking up in the morning and just having your peace, not being filled with cortisol and adrenaline, not walking on eggshells, and that is going to be enough, okay? I will see you in my next video, and I'm wishing you all everything that you need as you're going through this. Stay present.